Hello, my caramels. Welcome back. Why women are opting out of marriage in 2024. Men are now getting upset that women are not filing for just anything anymore. They become so upset when women want to be single and don't want to be married or have kids. After all, why would you as a woman want to get in a relationship only to be treated like you're a maid or your man is your massa? In that case, it's best to keep my day job and my busted apartment until my situation gets better, cause why lose sleep over a man that wants to treat you just anyhow? For what? A lot of these men are not in relationships because they love and care for you. In fact, I don't think any man even care about women at this point, especially the ones that, when they met you, you were that girl, you had a goal. Then now that they are in your life, they want to change what makes you you. Like it doesn't make sense because you want to meet me a certain way and let me change my standards just to treat me anyhow. Like what in the devil's advocate? Do you even come up with that thinking? And this is exactly why women do not want relationships anymore. Relationships are now centered around how can I make my female partner cook, clean, and do my laundry for free. That's what it is. They want you to do free labor for them. Yes, in a relationship, you are supposed to make your partner's life a little easier, a little better. But it should not be a one-sided affair. How does a woman do a 9 to 5, then come home and have to basically do the same thing again? If housework isn't a job, why do they pay people like chefs and cleaners and so forth to do this sort of thing? Then you expect a woman to do this and not call or outsource this because it is work. Like, make it make sense. The thing about this that has become so irritating about you wanting to be single is that men seem to be angry when you tell them this. Why are you so upset that a female actually likes being single instead of being stuck up under a man? You know what I think it is? It's all about control. They hate when women don't need them for anything. They hate when women actually can take care of themselves, by themselves, with their own money, making their own bread, paying their bills on time. Now, how would you not want for me to be able to take care of my responsibilities? These are the same type of men that would swear by 50-50 relationships.
Stay away from men who don't want you to need them. Stay away from men who want you to be so independent to where you never call on them for anything and they're actually comfortable with that and they'll never offer you anything. Stay away from men who want to be served, but they do not serve anyone. They only look for service, because these are the same men that will watch you struggle, same men who will let you be a single married woman, same men who will look at you like you are crazy for having vulnerabilities and weaknesses, because how dare you need them to be the man that God called them to be? How dare you need them to be a provider? How dare you need them to stand in the gap when you are feeling weak? How dare you? So pay attention to men who are not of service. I'm not just talking about in relationships. Look at their life. Are they looking to serve? Do they look out for their friends? Are they there for their family members? Do they have a servanthood spirit? Also, stay away from men who have a poverty mindset, because you want to know why? They will always lack. Men who don't know how to get money, but they will just get in a depressive state because they're broke. Stay away from them kind of men, because real men know how to be resourceful. Understood? Poverty is a mindset, and it's also a spiritual stronghold. And if you get yourself attached to a man who A, is not of service, B, has a poverty mindset, C, doesn't like to be needed or doesn't want anyone to need him, you're going to be right there with him, taking care of him. You're going to become the life center that he draws his resources.
I'm totally want to agree with this. But of course, they are going to say it's because I'm gold digging and I'm selfish. Here we go. Relationships should benefit all parties involved. It should not just be that you get to use me and I can't get nothing out of it. The whole purpose of a relationship is to make both partners' lives better, which is why people get married. It's a contractual agreement that should last until death. But a lot of people don't take this contract seriously. This is why the divorce rate is so alarming. Marriage back in the day was not focused around love. Why do you think in some countries like India, they were arranged marriages? Because it was not based off love. It was more for financial stability. Now that women have become more educated and are breadwinners in every sense, they don't need to force unnecessary relationships or arranged marriages because they can make their own money. And if we can do this now, we can choose whether or not we want to engage in having a relationship with a man or not to have relationships with a man. And men are proving each and every day why being with them is impossible. Women are being made into villains if they choose to be celibate or if they choose to be promiscuous. If you choose celibacy, you are a lesbian that needs to be taught a lesson. Hence the whole campaign of males on the internet and off who form a vendetta of, how can I get this celibate confident woman to fall for me? In fact, I think this is exactly what they are thinking. How can I stop her bread so I can tell her she is worth nothing? This is the type of mentality that they have. In fact, most of the crimes being done in society, who do you think is responsible for it and why? They especially do these type of crimes against females, and it's not because they are bored. Men today are showing that they hate females, and us succeeding means we get to keep them far away from us. It would mean they don't get to bring forth their offspring without leaving us with all the responsibilities of it.
Listen to me carefully. Y'all better be very careful of who you marry, because you might be laying down with the enemy. You might be laying down with Satan's son or Satan's daughter. Because how you working 1, 2, and 3 jobs, breaking your back at work, while your spouse is at home not doing shit, laying up in the bed, watching TV, eating up all your food, and you at work busting your ass. You are laying down with the enemy. Anytime your spouse is comfortable with watching you struggle, you laying down with the enemy. Anytime you giving 100 and he's only giving 40, that's your worst enemy. You are laying down with Satan's son. And of course, this goes both ways. This is not one-sided. This goes for male and female. And not only your spouse could set you back financially, but they could set you back mentally and physically. You working 2 and 3 jobs and he just at home chilling, not doing shit. And even if he is working, he not helping you out with the bills. You putting in most of all your money. Same thing with women. Men, if she ain't doing shit, she's your worst enemy. See, I think people only get married because it's a trend. Marriage is supposed to be a team effort, because the person that you're with is supposed to be your peace. You are supposed to be able to wake up every single morning knowing that if you don't have it, your spouse does. But if you gotta wake up in the morning and you gotta figure everything out by yourself, child, you are laying with the enemy. Y'all be careful who you marry.
Marriage is not for everyone. In fact, you shouldn't be thinking of marrying someone if all they do is stress you the hell out. As she said, your partner should bring peace, and she's right. Ain't no way you should come home to someone and you don't want to go home because all they do is add to your discomfort and your stress from working all day. That's unheard of. But a lot of people are getting married because of this fairy tale delusion that has been created because in childhood, we were taught from television about princess being saved by prince, like Cinderella, and they live happily ever after. Complete garbage. We are living in a world where having a ring on your wedding ring finger is some huge accomplishment and dressing up in a wedding gown is some fashion statement, even if after you are living in complete misery. Ladies, you are smart enough to know when something isn't going to work out. Just follow your gut. Stop ignoring how you feel about something. That's all you need, your intuition. Just be careful about your decisions. If I don't tell you anything else, it is that because we will save ourselves a whole lot when we have this in mind. As I would always say, think before you do. Until my next episode, have a good one.